Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems to be forming a healthy B wave, yeah? Remember that we were ideally watching for a healthy B wave. It's always better to get one because it gives it a much more corrective structure and it gives a much more bullish impression, because what we essentially say is that we are still in an uptrend. Okay, so if you watch the daily videos, if you watch especially the video that I do in the morning, which indicates basically also which shows you the daily time frame, you'll know that we are watching for ideally one more high into the 50k region first before we see a deeper pullback. At the moment, this is not yet the deeper pullback, so the idea is that this is a rather shallow pullback in a wave 4, and that we will make one more high at least in wave 5 here into the region above 50k. That would be my ideal scenario. So overall, the trend is up, right? So for me, the significant support is at 34,000, and the assumption is we are in a bullish market, and it is good to see corrective rallies, yeah, in overall corrections, to see some strength as well. So at the moment, I haven't got any evidence to say the correction is over, because we haven't even broken above resistance, but it seems like that the Fed has slowed down the downtrend. Yeah, today's Fed day has slowed down the correction a little bit. So it's now going to be getting very interesting. I mean, essentially, this is following at the moment an ideal structure: A wave down, B wave up, C wave down. Few things to talk about. First of all, what I've given you here is just standard resistance. As I've mentioned repeatedly, B waves can easily overshoot. I've been saying that from the first day that this correction has started, that you always need to be ready for potentially a high B wave. It's not even high at this stage. It's still within very much standard parameters. But even above $43,720, it's not guaranteed that this correction is over. It could just be a high B wave. But obviously a break above standard resistance makes me much more watching for the idea that maybe the third wave is still extending. Remember, if you've been watching these videos for a while, then you know that when we topped here, I gave you this support area and highlighted that as long as we're holding this support, the third wave could still even extend. It's not what I'm primarily watching for. Technically, you can make the case for it, however. So just want to mention it. But at the moment, I see this as a B wave in an unfolding fourth wave correction. A wave down, B wave, C wave. Could we already have finished the fourth wave? Possible, this one, possible, but it would be extremely shallow. Now then again, I have to repeat, we're in a bullish market. That's my base case, okay? I base all my analysis currently on the idea that we are in a bullish market. So corrections can be shallow, okay? But this would be extremely shallow if this was all of wave 4. I don't believe that at this stage, not without additional evidence. So either way, it's respecting currently the parameters. The A wave turned in the support area. We're now rallying into standard resistance. No reaction at the moment to resistance. What I will do, I will add resistance for a high B wave now. Yeah, because what you wanna be able to identify the relevant levels that matter as the price goes higher, yeah? So these are the fib levels. If the price really forms a high B wave, these are the relevant levels. No point leaving the lower ones on the chart now, but we want to see if the price reacts to 43,720, 44,180, 44,710, and then here 46.5k even. I consider this a high B wave as long as it has only 3 waves up. If I see 5 waves up, then something more directly bullish is going on. At the moment, as long as it's only a 3-wave rally, I see no reason to change the assumption that this is just simply an ABC structure in wave 4 because it's not doing anything unusual, okay? It's just putting in a fairly healthy B wave. I would be much more concerned had it dropped just quite dramatically from here and scared everybody. Doesn't seem to be what's going on right now, but the rally today also doesn't confirm yet that the overall correction is over. So overall, bullish. Bitcoin is following the bullish pathway overall that we've outlined, but at the moment my case or my view would still be that Bitcoin is in the correction. Okay, if it rallies higher from here, then I will consider just a high B wave. That wouldn't be any change in wave count. But if it's forming high 5 waves up, then it might be an extension in the third wave. We will deal with that once we see it. Yeah, we will deal with it. We have to take it level by level with a microstructure here. Now let's take a look again at the bigger picture. Yeah, daily chart, BTC. Also for everybody who's new on the channel, BTC daily. So these are our base case. Base case is bullish. 2 wave counts. Yeah. In the white scenario, we can go direct, fairly straightforward to all-time highs. You know, yes, with setbacks and corrections, but they are likely going to be shallow. Could still be boring, you know, but it would take us to all-time highs with only shallow corrections. Or the yellow, so that's currently the main scenario. So it's quite a bullish scenario. Within the white wave count, we are, the second scenario would be the yellow count, which allows for one more deeper pullback. But also that could be quite shallow if it's a B wave. So it would be based on the assumption that the move up is just an ABC structure. And you need to understand that at the moment this move up, both in the yellow count and in the white count, is basically the same subwave structure. So we cannot distinguish these two counts at the moment. So therefore, I'm still watching for higher. Yeah, at least one more high would be ideal in both scenarios to complete either in white a third wave or in yellow an A wave. And then we get a pullback, and depending on how low it goes, that's where we can make the call. Okay, it's rather the white count, which is more bullish, or yellow, which can be also bullish, but would allow for a deeper pullback. Of course, the yellow wave count would be preferred for anybody who would like to find another pullback entry point. Yeah, but the white wave count, which would send us quicker into the all-time high territory. Just imagine the crowd that will come in to the crypto space once we get close to all-time high. It's literally FOMO everywhere, you know. At least that's how it's been in previous cycles as we were approaching all-time highs. People start to panic. Yeah, not necessarily people who've been here with us throughout the bear market, because most of you will have built your core positions, your hodl portfolio. But I'm talking about the uninformed people who are not really bothered about Bitcoin. Well, they will be if it's all over the media. And, you know, then they will buy try to buy their coins, you know. First of all, they have to get to an exchange, figure out how it all works, you know, and then they will buy at 80K or something, you know, that's, you know, and drive the prices up further and stuff like that. So you want to be positioned by then, right? But yeah, so everything okay at the moment. No parameters broken, no invalidation. The larger trend is always more important than the short-term fluctuations. Be aware of that as well. And yeah, the main significant support that needs to hold to keep our main trend alive is 34K. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.